It's not motorsports on TV. It's Steel Dreams TV.
I got my start with Red Bull in the mid-90s. I was actually a professional cliff diver for 15 years.
We met at a diving event, actually. We were both sent up to Washington to do a diving show. Met, fell in love, and actually stayed together over 10 years in the diving circuit doing diving shows at different states and different countries. The transition from diving to rock crawling was an interesting one because Dustin and I have been cliff diving all of our life, and we always led an extreme sports life, you know, and that was part of us. And Dustin started doing this rock crawl, and I had no idea what it was. All I saw is that he would come home after these competitions, the vehicle would be a complete wreck, and he'd be asking for more money. And that's all I thought rock crawling was, is, hey, how about more money, more money, more money, until I actually got in the driver's seat. Women's Nationals, he signed me up for the competition, didn't tell me that I was going to compete, and all of a sudden I find myself strapped in the driver's seat, listening to my spotter, just waiting for the next moment, you know, what was going to happen. And I once again felt that extreme adrenaline going through my body and knew that rock crawling was a sport for me. We'll be doing a total of 10 events this year, and that includes We Rock, and that's a pro series group. Women's Nationals, we'll be doing some rock racing, which is kind of new to the scene, and we'll take a part in that as well.
You know, a big part of the team is the vehicles themselves, and our rigs were designed and fabricated by a friend. His nickname is Bender. He works at a company called Blue Torch back in Alabama. He fabricated some amazing machines, and let me tell you, from the get-go, they've worked. However,
Stinky Fab, Dallas Nunn, is our crew chief, and he does all of our maintenance after we go and bash and trash the rigs out at the competitions. He's there for us at the competitions if we need it, and also does a lot of the repair work.
Yeah, let me tell you, we bring the rigs back to his shop, and they get cut apart. Not just taken apart, but cut apart to be repaired.
Regular maintenance on the rigs includes the general regular maintenance that you have on your car as well, with changing the oil, checking the fluids and that kind of stuff, but with ours it involves a lot more than just that.
Yeah, you got to pull the axles and drive shafts and check them. You know, you actually pull the guts out of the inside of the differentials and look at each tooth and make sure that nothing's twisted or broken. The other thing that's at the top of the list of maintenance is checking the roll cage. The crew chief has to go through every single weld on there because, you know, our life is on the line in that crawler, and he kind of holds a big responsibility of making sure that no welds are broken or the tubes aren't bent just a little bit wrong or whatever, because, man, we take some hard hits and some big rolls.
Between the spotter and the driver, there's a lot of communication, and that's one of the main reasons why we have gone to the headsets, and we were one of the first teams to do it. And once we have those headsets, we can communicate general things like, you know, hey, how far am I till that cone? But we also do a lot of safety talk as well.
You can actually tell just by listening how the other team member is feeling or doing. You hear the heavy breathing. Okay, you know where he is. You can hear him close to the car, even though you can't see him, because you hear your engine in his radio headset, and you go, okay, you know what, maybe he's at risk. The idea of this whole sport is to finish each course, and that doesn't mean just the vehicle. That means the driver, the spotter, and the vehicle. In any motorsport, you know, people can identify with nicknames or names. Everybody knows Bigfoot and Gravedigger, so we came up with names related to our sport. You know, mine's the Red Bull Rocket, and I'm an unlimited car. Well, we're sitting there thinking, you know, what would be related to rock and a female driver? Well, I was like, Red Bull Rocker, Rock Her, Red Bull Rock Her. And it just kind of clicked. You know what? Kids love it. They know it. You know, they go, oh, there's the rocket, there's the rocker. They understand this kind of stuff. So it gives people something to relate to.
I can see myself rock crawling for ages. I don't think there's an end to rock crawling. It's a very safe sport, and as long as you can drive a vehicle on the street, you can drive it out there on the rocks.
I got a 4-cylinder. I can pick it off the ground myself with a supercharger on it. It puts out over 300 horsepower. That thing is wicked fast when it needs to be.
In order to get involved in the sport of rock crawling, you want to start from the base level. You don't want to just go out and buy a expensive buggy, the top of the line, and expect that you're going to be able to go out there and compete with the big boys or girls. What you can do is start with a stock Jeep or Toyota or whatever the vehicle may be. There's some Rhinos that are out there that you can buy right off the press, so to speak, and go out and compete. And you want to start at the base level, get your feet wet, see if you enjoy it, see if you have good throttle control, and if you can handle the big drop-offs, that kind of stuff, and then you can move on from there.
I made the jump to rock crawling as a serious thing because I see that there's infinite years in it. You can do it forever. Will I be strictly a competitor for the rest of my life? Probably not. I'll hopefully move into the promotions side and helping teams grow the sport and market within that. But you know what? For right now, I'm having such a great time that I'm letting my ego take over for a little while, and I'm going to ride along and have some fun behind the wheel. The sport is pretty timeless, and we've made it a career. Rock crawling is a career. Traveling around, driving over big rocks, how cool is that?
Real life action.